was Noshirwan.
No Sherwan. Oh, I made a mistake. Yeah, made a mistake. No Sherwan. How are you doing, No Sherwan?
I'm good, Hassan bhai. I hope you remember me from some time before I came to your
I
Urdu
do.
channel.
I think I do remember you. You look familiar. Yeah. My apologies if
Yeah,
I don't clearly remember you.
that's okay. No worries. I wanted to just convey that I have been in touch with your videos, and I really
Uh
appreciate
huh.
them. Thank you
Thank you,
for
sir.
today's lecture.
Thank you.
It was very heart touching and very important, I would say.
Yeah.
Actually, I contacted your operator, Jafar bhai, if I could ask you some questions.
Yeah. Please.
Uh,
Sure.
because the difference with you is, and what I really appreciate is that you have a very good knowledge of sayings of imams, and I
Hmm.
really like that you can answer from them.
Okay.
And these answers make much more sense to me as compared to other people who are just randomly answering based on their own understanding.
Hmm.
So, can I ask you some questions which are
Yeah.
also
Sure.
a little slightly okay? Actually, so one question is about Zanjeer Zani, and this question
Yeah.
actually want to ask according to the theme of today's talk.
Yeah.
Um, I really believe in remembrance of uh, Imam Hussain and the value it is providing when we do Matam.
Uh,
And I do agree that Zanjeer Zani also is a sort of a protest.
yeah.
But I want to ask you if this is also recommended by our Imams that we can go to this extent also. Because I do think that, okay, one is saying, okay, we are ready to give our blood for Imam Hussain if we were there.
Yeah.
But is it something that was endorsed by imams or just matam is enough?
So let me consider what's happening in Iran. The funny thing is in Iran that they do Zanjeer Zani, but without the blades. So
Mhm.
that's a very strange thing. Khamenei's position, right? In
Yeah.
Iran, if you look at Muharram, Arba'in, Iran, not Iraq, and look at their videos, you'll see that Zanjeer Zani is not prohibited. There is extensive amount of Zanjeer Zani in Iran. However, the only thing that's prohibited in Iran officially and religiously by Khamenei is Zanjeers with blade, chains with blade.
Mhm.
So, so it's very strange to me. That's a very odd thing. What is Khamenei's philosophy? That hitting yourself with Zanjeer without blade, that's jayz, that's recommended, that could be done. And
Mhm.
with blade, it's prohibited. On what grounds? If if there is a hadith that prohibits blade only, show us. And it allows the chains, show us that hadith. There is no such thing. So by the same criteria that Zanjeer Zani without blade is allowed, is permissible. This is my not discussion for you personally, because this does not specifically addresses your question. But this would be for
Mhm.
followers of Khamenei
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Khamenei type people, so that by the same measure, by the same token, that you allow beating your chest and doing Zanjeer without blade, by the same measure that you allowed this. We don't have any hadith for Zanjeer either, Zanjeer without blade,
Mhm.
but you allow that. By the same token, if you go one step further and add a blade to the Zanjeer, that should be allowed. Now, having said that, did the Imams alayhim salatu wassalam ever do Zanjeer Matam with no, they didn't do. At that time, we don't have any records of that there were any Zanjeer Zani or any
Yeah.
blade. They used any blades, no, or qamma, no. There is no record of that. The only records that we have is that Hazrat Zainab, salamullahi alayha, on the day when she was taken from Karbala to Kufa, she hit her head to the carriage's column, which is what was of solid wood, and blood flew. She burst her head and her skin, and blood flowed from her veil. And Zainul Abidin alayhi salatu wasalam did not condemn her and did not prohibit that. And then we have another hadith that Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salam, when he heard a Christian man, that this Christian man had seen a dream, and in this dream it's pretty tragic, that he had seen Fatima Zahra salamullah alayha and Hazrat Zainab and Hazrat Sukaina salamullah alayhim ajmain, their condition and their crying and their weeps and their matam for Imam Hussein alayhi salam. When Imam Zain al-Abidin alayhi salam heard that dream, he got up and he hit his forehead against the wall, and blood came. So these are instances, but there's no instance of Zanjeer, right? However, Ahlul Bayt alayhim salatu wasalam in various ahadith have commanded their Shia to weep for Imam Hussein alayhi salam, to raise their voice in crying and weeping, to scream. And also, aside from that, to express their anxiety, to express jaza, anxiety. Now, expression of anxiety in pain, expression of anxiety in sorrow, in mourning, could have different forms. So they have not defined, and they have not prescribed which form to do it. So that has been left to Shia. That it's up to you which form of expression of anxiety. So expression of anxiety is different than weeping. So I weep, I cry, or I cry loudly. Those are commanded. They're required. But to express jaza, to express my so much sorrow that I lose my composure, that I become anxious, and I have I become restless. That has not been defined in which way. So it's up to us to define it and do it. So it could be beating the chest. That's an expression of anxiety and being restless and this sorrow, right? Or beating your face, slapping your face, beating your head, or beating a zanjeer, a chain to your back, or beating or getting a small knife and hitting your forehead or your head, as it's done in Iraq and Lebanon and parts of India and Pakistan, or doing a matam with chain and blade, right? That could be a form of expression and anxiety. What's important is that we do this not for show, not for impressing other people. We do this because we love Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam. That should be the feeling, that this tragedy is so grave, it's so immense. I'm so sorrowful that I'm so restless that now because of this restlessness, I'm hitting myself, right? And that's a natural response, a natural sentiment that people indeed express when tragedy befalls them. If you have seen videos of women who have lost their sons, right? A mother who has lost her son, she just doesn't cry. A lot of time she slaps her face, or she screams, or she throws herself on the ground because the pain is so immense they could not tolerate it. So this expression of sentiments of sorrow for Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wassalam have been commanded by Ahlul Bayt alayhim wassalam. If someone, because of his love and devotion for Imam Hussein alayhi salam, because of his solemn and sincere feelings for Imam Hussein alayhi salam, he hears the musibah of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, musibah of Qasim alayhi salam, musibah of Ali Akbar alayhi salam, musibah of Ali Asghar alayhi salam, musibah of tragedy of Hazrat Zainab salamullah alayha, Hazrat Sakina, Ruqayya. And then he says, this musibah is so great that I'm becoming restless and I have to hit myself, right? Or I have to get a chain to hit my back. If he does, indeed, there is no question that this has been commanded by Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, that has been recommended by Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. So the Shia have to remember That we can never claim that Ahlul Bayt alayhim salatu wassalam have used chain to express their sorrow. No. Zanjeer, no. But they have asked us to show our restlessness, our anxiety in action publicly for Imam Hussein alayhi salam. And that could have very different forms. Okay. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay. Yes, sir.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Just a follow-up question.
Yeah. Sure.
Is, I really am. I mean, because I'm quite unsure of this thing, because one could say that, for example, reciting, like there is a way to do namaz.
Mhm.
So some people would say like folding hands is more respectful, but I mean, I personally, I mean, our imams have given a way to do the things. I mean, like
So
giving,
folding hands was started during the time of the caliphs. Imams alayhim salam have said that if you do this, your salah will become void. Okay?
definitely. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm not going towards namaz. I'm just
Yeah.
saying that, I mean, of course, a person can express his sorrow in different ways, and one of
Absolutely.
this could be like hitting himself with a blade also. But I mean, there is some. I mean, are there not some rulings like this that a flowing of blood can invalidate like prayer? I mean, I'm not sure about this. Maybe you
No,
can.
if you have a wound on your body, it will not invalidate your prayer. You can pray with a wound on your body, with that open wound on your body. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Okay, thank you
doesn't.
so
Yeah.
much. Yeah,
Okay.
actually, more important is one question. Yeah,
Sure.
this would be the last one.
Yeah.
And this was the one that I actually wanted to see you mostly today.
Yeah.
I'm actually very confused about one verse of the Holy Quran.
Yeah.
It's about it's verse 62 in para 2. It's about maybe I can decide the translation for this one. I
Yeah.
actually kept open. It's
Okay.
it's about
Surah Baqarah.
it's Surah Baqarah, yes. Para chapter 2 and verse 62. The
Okay.
Muslim, uh, it goes like Innallazi amanu wallazina hadu wan nusara wasabain. So like the Muslims, the Jews, the Christians, and the Sabians, all those who
Yeah.
believe in God and the last day and do good will have the reward with their Lord. No fear for them, nor will they grieve. So this
Yeah.
verse has been like confusing me for some time, because so this doesn't mention believing in Prophet Muhammad. So I mean, and also
من آمن
Imam.
بالله واليوم الآخر وعمل صالحا. This means that they enter Islam. إن الذين آمنوا, those who have just become Muslim, but they do not really have not gained any knowledge of Islam. وَالَّذِينَ هَادُوا, those who follow the Judaic tradition. وَالنَّصَارَى, those who are Christian. وَالصَّابِئِينَ, those who are the followers of Yahya alayhi salam. مَنْ آمَنَ بِاللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ, amongst them those who enter Islam. They آمَنَ بِاللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ. That means that is meant to enter Islam fully. So they believe now in Allah and Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. وَعَمِلَ صَالِحًا, they pray. Okay, if they do this, وَلَهُمْ أَجْرُهُمْ عِنْدَ رَبِّهِمْ. Such people, they have great reward before Allah. وَلَا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا هُمْ يَحْزَنُونَ. There is no fear for them, nor will they have any sorrow.
Okay, but this does mention the people who are already Muslims, because the verse starts.
So there were a lot of people who are Muslims by name only. So they would just say Shahadatain and they're Muslim and they don't know anything about Islam. So إِنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا refers to them. So they've become Muslim, and they have entered the Zahiri Iman, but they are not truly Mu'min. So
Okay.
if they fully enter Islam and submit to all its requirements and embrace all the teachings of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they will also. So this the promise of great reward is for them also. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And Hassan bhai, just I wanted to ask you one suggestion. It's like there are some questions which require some privacy to ask also.
Okay. You
And
right now, I don't take private questions for now. Okay. You can
yeah,
try sending an email, but I'll see how
yeah,
important it
yeah.
is. Okay. Okay. Thank you,
It
sir.
is,
May
but
Allah bless.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you so
May
much.
Allah bless you. Allah keep you well. Thank you, my brother.